the Arizona Cardinals. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go, 14. Shotgun. 14.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Open man left side is Gronkowski. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and then hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Dancing to his left. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. First carry for Trenton Cannon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 19. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. This is Mostert. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more of a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is, still first quarter, and they did come out of it with points. In a sense, they can look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Rosen. Flushed out right. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant with nothing but green grass ahead of him. Touchdown, Cardinals. Dez Bryant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll run it now out of the gun. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working. I
like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Janikowski adds the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Out to kick is Janikowski. This is taken at the 3. Oh, a heck of a move, man. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they'll start the drive to the ground with Johnson. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Johnson. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Maurice Alexander making the stop defensively.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now Wilson on first down. Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Underneath for Johnson. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Now Rosen looking to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
He'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are in for 6. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Mostert. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Cannon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On first down, Wilson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
On second down, Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing again here, Wilson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Again, Wilson. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Chandler Jones in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Two minutes to play here in the first half. More from the desert after this. On second down, here's Rosen. Dumping it off for Johnson. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
On 3rd down, Rosen. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Here's Andy Lee now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing on first down. Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Wilson now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And this is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And give him a gain of 37.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Second and goal from the 1. Wilson on the keeper. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. And he missed it. No good. This is going to remain a 2-point game after that one. Out to kick is Janikowski. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Final play of the half here. It's Rosen. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing, but with a guy like him, You and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Johnson. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
No. Check. Patriot.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On second down, Rosen buying time to his left. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. They give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down.
Gun! Leopard! No. Check, Patriot!
On 3rd and 1, Rosen. This is caught. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Dez Bryant, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cardinals are in for 6. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now Wilson on second down. It's caught. Block it. 3 yards there. Good enough to keep the drive moving.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Wilson on 1st and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 1st down, Wilson eluding and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass, and when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Cannon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Benson Mayowa in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
But never takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is running. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So make it 2 missed field goals for him now, but I have the sense, given that distance, you can probably forgive him here on this one.
Yeah, this is out of the range of just about anybody on planet Earth except probably you, partner. But you just got to drive it out low and hope that somehow you hit it absolutely perfect. But no real chance for this one to go through.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. They find some open field here. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Trying to lay one up deep, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know what he said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action here on first down. Steps away. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember Colt.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
From the gun on third down, it's Rosa. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal. The wrist seems fine. The legs were never a problem as DJ's in the backfield again on first and 10.
No, check. Patriot! Patriot!
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be second and goal coming up.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Gotta hold him to 3. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at the 20. After the interception, here's Wilson. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Hassan Reddick in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Robert Kimdichie, the one to bring him down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Now Wilson throwing on third and long. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 36.
Whoosh.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
The busy night continues for Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They go to Johnson again. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to have a 3rd down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Rosen. Forced out to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 50, check 50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. Back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. One last shot for Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guy...